for him in this setup, in
I
this
think so too.
series.
I think his TVZ though is his or ZBT is one of his better matchups. Yeah, as long as you're not going two Starport Banshee, I think he'll do quite well.
Awesome. All right, well, let's go ahead and introduce the Teal Terran player in the top right corner of Overgrowth. He is playing for Team Guns and Roaches, and his name is House Peddler.
And in the bottom left corner for Team Unrivaled, we have Ambrosia in the yellow trunks. Now, so this week, CTL, things are going pretty well. How is All Inspiration doing?
To be honest, I've been a little bit in the dark. Whenever I'm not actually part of the team for the week, I tend to stay a little bit withdrawn unless people need me to practice with, because I'm going to be casting it next week. So I'd like to know as little as possible.
Yeah, when you casted Unrivaled, did you guys know any of the results? Or
Yeah, we knew.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You guys played some really good games for sure. A lot of the games were really well done, even though the
For
score
sure.
was 6-3. Our players held in there, and even on the games where we won, your players held in there too. So it was a really good matchup for sure.
Yeah, that was really fun cast. Thanks for doing that. Looks pretty too early to say what each player is going to do, to be honest. This week, I'm proud to say Unrivaled doing well. Already have 5 wins against Composite, so I think it's 5-1 at the moment.
Oh, nicely done. Congrats on that. You guys are still undefeated then, right?
Yes.
Nicely done. All right, so interesting stuff here because we saw it was Ambrosia who scouted out Silky as being Terran, and then when he scouted Terran, he went and dropped the pool first. This time he knows he's going up against a Terran, and he went to Hatch first.
Yeah, that is interesting. I think that he was worried that a random player would cheese, to be honest.
Yeah, you know what, that's totally fair. Definitely. All right, so the next step here after he drops his pool is we're going to be looking to see if he's getting some gas. And over on House Peddler's side of the map, there's no gas dropped yet, so he's going to be getting out a really fast expansion here.
Yeah, one Rax fast expand. We'll see if he's going to be going the Hellion route or like the old Wings of Liberty stin timing route. I feel like there's 2 things you can do. A, you can throw down 3 Raxes and do a sort of delayed factory starport stin timing for the Terran. Or you can throw down a really fast factory right after the barracks and try to go kind of for 3cc build, which is super greedy. Yeah, so it'll be interesting which route House Peddler will take. Now, this is the one thing that is nice about the 1 Rax fast expand with no gas. You do get a Marine out to snipe some Overlords. Now, this Overlord, I don't think is going to get out. He should be making sure that the Marine goes, yep, leaves the base. He's going to have, I think he's going to be able to pick this Overlord up.
Really close here. He is going to chase it down with a second Marine, though, and then definitely it will go down.
Yeah, I think so. There's a little dead space that he could maneuver in. No, it's going down.
GG, no re. Overlord is dead.
Yeah.
And look at this, following up with a second and third barracks. I really, really like this play, again, during my little stint of playing as Terran. It was something I tried out. I've always been a fan of like gasless builds for whatever reason. They just seem really cost efficient. So, liking this at a House Peddler.
Yeah, this is Filter StarCraft 101 right now. This looks like it's going to be the stim timing I was talking about. He should be getting reactors down. Or no, he should be getting his 2 gases down, actually. It's surprising he only took 1 gas. So, that's strange. But, I'm sure that he's going to be pumping out a ton of Marines right now. And usually this attack hits around 10 minutes. So the Zerg is free to macro up with this build.
All right, well, it looks like that's what he's doing here. Getting his double gas at the 5:30 mark, or a little bit before, screams 1-1 Roach Push. But, you know, I always say 1-1 Roach Push, but the longer this build has been going on, the more people actually just cut out one of the upgrades, mainly the armor attack.
Get more roaches.
The armor attack, I said. Yeah, the armor upgrade, to be able to get more roaches and also hit a little bit earlier. So
yeah,
we may see that out of Ambrosia here. I'm willing to bet money we'll be seeing a roach opening for sure, because this looks exactly like the roach opening. So
this is a little different. He's getting combat shield, he's not getting stim, and he's getting a bunch of Marines. This is probably going to hit a little earlier than I expected. I think that he's going to move out kind of soon with these Marines. Probably so as soon as the combat shield hits, that's when he's going to want to be attacking. So I would say in about 40 seconds he'll be moving out.
The wall is being built here for Ambrosia. Double queen here as well. It will be interesting to see if he's going to continue to spread creep with these queens, or if he's going to save up that energy so he can use them for transfusion. So we'll see. And it looks like he's going to be spreading that creep. And I think the transfuse would have been pretty good against this attack that's coming, but can't really blame him for not knowing exactly what's coming at this time.
Yeah, and third CC going down. Bane Bust, yeah, here we go. Here's the 40-second move out that I... Oh, maybe not. He's just going to secure the watchtowers. He's probably going to hunt down overlords, too. There's one that he can definitely get after getting this watchtower, which is nice. Or he just says, screw it. Now, this is seen by the Zerg player, and the Zerg player did not put the third down, which is nice. He needs stuff to basically deny this push. And I think not taking the third will definitely allow you to have stuff out.
Yeah, I would even say if he did see this on the watchtower here, that it would even be worth it at this point to cancel the upgrades to get even more stuff, as you're saying, because the upgrades aren't going to be done yet, and they're hogging up that gas and minerals here to stop the roaches from coming out. But House Peddler, interestingly enough, scouts no third base, so it's like he wants to go home. He is going to catch a couple roaches out here, though. Oh, no!
Attack move. Oh, Ambrosia.
I've got.
He goes home. He sees no third. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I got my third super early. What are you doing?
Exactly, and he's in a position now where he doesn't need to attack. He's going to go ahead and secure his lead. He knows he's ahead now, and actually just going to focus on defending this roach push that's coming. Because of the late gas, he has absolutely no tanks, no widow mines, anything like that.
He is going to go into double medevac dropping as soon as the starport factory finish. So switch that, and this is going to line up really well with Stim finishing. Yeah, but he's definitely getting triple bunkers. It's going to stop this roach timing. Roach is in a good position. He sees that there's no third. He's going to, poke a little bit. I hope he doesn't commit. 3 bunkers should be enough to stop this. He is going to be able to snipe this supply depot. That's nice. Now the Marines come out. There is no stim, but there is combat shield. And roaches on Marines, pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's a pretty close battle right now. I think oh no, there's a lot of roaches here now. They got a back. Medevacs are going to be popping out soon, and then once they come out, this will be a different story. But for the moment, he's having a little bit of trouble.
I wonder if he can snipe another supply depot. What do you think?
Probably. I mean, he has some
he's
room
going
here.
for this bunker. I think that's a mistake.
Oh, you got to kill it at least. There he goes. Yeah, he lost a roach or two there, but now he can actually pick off these supply depots a little bit easier. So he's getting as much damage done as he possibly can here.
Kill the roach. Did you see that? They're like, no.
All right, but
He
now
needs
that
to
the
get out
medevacs
now.
are out, yeah,
Yeah.
and Stim is finished as well. You know what? He's making these incredibly cost efficient here, though, killing
Yeah,
all
he
those
is.
supply depots.
Getting all those supply depots is super nice. And surprisingly, Terran's not supply blocked.
Yeah, he's been sort of anticipating this, I guess, building supply depots elsewhere.
Bunker's going to get healed. Tank is down. That tank's going to push him back all the way.
Yeah, and it took a long time for that tank to come out, and that's why the roach push was doing so well. And behind all this, we do have a third base for Ambrosia. He's even been droning it up, getting an infestation pit as well, which is pretty interesting. Hydra Den already finished as well. He's been macroing like a beast behind this attack, and he's going to be ready to go into a full roach Hydra play here, which I absolutely love against Terran.
I agree. It's just, it has such rebuildability.
Yeah.
Like, you lose your whole army, and it's just like, it's alright. I can just rebuild 50 more Hydras and Roaches. Which is, like, it's really dangerous for the Terran, because you feel like you're in a great position. You, like, squash this army, and you're like, I'm going, and then all of a sudden another army pops up. Yeah, it's hard to really have a grasp on when to attack and when not to against Roach Hydra.
Yeah, exactly. And you could be, like you said, thinking you're in a good position. You walk out onto the map, and all of a sudden you're swallowed up by like a million roaches and hydras, and it's like, and it's not really that hard for the roach hydra player either, you know.
Nope.
So pretty nice composition for sure. Now, Ambrosia gonna be trying to keep.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. What were you looking at?
Oh, that drop! You almost picked up that medevac. So close.
Oh, I actually missed that. Yeah, there's one hydra out here hunting that down. There is an engagement
Yeah.
over here. Roach is getting a little bit caught out. There's going to be a lot of Stim Marines, and this is not a good trade for a Zerg player.
Not at all. Ambrosia microing, trying to get some damage done. He does deny the third as long as he can, but a lot of roaches going down, and I'm sure he would rather have those roaches buffering for his hydras that are popping out now.
Yeah, definitely. He didn't really get anything done with them this time around. The first time, definitely, though. He did a good job denying the third base for as long as he did, especially considering how long ago House Peddler actually made this third base. So doing pretty good job in that aspect. Also going to be almost fully droned up, and he's taking a fourth base as well, which is pretty cool.
We already do have an infestation pit and hive for our Zerg player very early, which tells me that he's going to be thinking about transitioning to swarm hosts.
Well, he's got Vipers on the way out as well, which is going to be pretty good for those tanks if you can land some money blinding cloud.
Yep.
For sure. Pretty nice
Now,
to support.
it is 1-1 versus 1-1. We've got 2-2 on the way for a Terran player and 2-2 on the way, going to hit a little earlier for a Zerg player. Let's hope, that Terran, or the Zerg player really wants to delay this until that 2-2 finishes and then try to go all out. But I don't know if he can. 5 tanks here, going to be sieging up on that third. It's going to be really hard. Tanks go down. And tanks, this is enough tanks to basically really cause problems to the Zerg army.
Yeah, and the Vipers are... Oh, my God.
The Viper goes down. Oh, no. There's the blinding cloud, but it's a little too late.
Yeah, these Hydras are getting mopped right up. The initial Vipers just running to their death there. Tanks are going to feel confident enough to inch closer, and this is doing a lot of damage, especially now that drones are going to start going down. The reinforcements for Ambrosia are trickling in just a little bit too slowly. And
Ambrosia was in a great position, but now he's feeling it. He's got to be kicking himself in the butt. This is the game.
Yeah, pretty much. Look at over here. We got an amazing reinforcement line coming in from House Peddler, and he is going to take game number 1 on Overgrowth. So guess what we're going to be having for game number 2?
Deadwing?
Nope.
Oh, Inferno, you said, right?
No, Inferno was actually vetoed. We are going to be playing game number 2 on Secret Spring.
Oh, God.
I know. House Peddler seems surprised that I was so surprised about that. So perhaps this is a map that he actually enjoys playing on. And if that's the case, I'm not feeling too strongly for Ambrosia's chances here. Given actually though the English here, Ambrosia actually chose to play this map on game number 2 here. So wonder if he has a plan.
Yeah, I think he does. I actually put him in the lineup season 1, week 1. On Secret Spring. He practiced Secret Spring a lot, and he definitely has a build ready for this match, so we'll see.
All right. Well, we're trying to get loaded into the map here, just waiting on a couple people to accept the invite.
Yep, there's a delay on the stream, right?
Yep, 3-minute delay.
All right, so good. We'll get into this game, and then I'll talk about what I think is going to happen.
Okay. I got you, Ambrosia. No build order. I've gotten into the hang of just doing it all the time anyway, because why not?
Ambrosia,
really?
he is not sly, or he's not like, he's like, everyone look, I don't want the build that I'm going to be doing right now to be scouted. It's like, Ambrosia, be a little...
I like it though. You might as well hide as much as possible, right? At least
sure.
The CTL games have to be uploaded, so that's what you get for scouting, which is fair. But any other games that aren't really technically part of CTL, I'm all for blocking the build order and just helping the players out a little bit. So.
Yeah. So on Secret Spring, I think there's going to be some one-base Nidus play. I think.
Oh, really? Okay. Against a Terran player?
Maybe not one base. It's going to definitely be Nidus play.
All right, well, let's take a look here as we introduce the Teal Terran player on the bottom left corner of Secret Spring. He is currently up 1-0. As I adjust the score here, it is House Peddler.
Yes, now House Peddler in the turquoise. And I figured out why I keep on wanting to call him Ninkazi, because every time I see Guns and Roaches in that blue color, it's always Ninkazi. So that's why it's throwing me off. But yeah.
They do play the same color and the same race, and they're on the same team. And they're both pretty chatty as well. They're pretty similar people.
They're friends too. And in the upper right, playing for Team Unrivaled, I'm excited for this game. He was in a dominating position. I felt he was really good last game. Kind of just got into a bad position with those tanks getting sieged up. And then those blinding clouds not going off. We have Ambrosia. Oh man, that Viper was really upset with Overmind that game.
Yeah. Yeah, we have, that's kind of the theme of tonight, eh? Is Zerg units just kind of running to their death.
Yeah, man.
It's good for the Terran players here, so we'll see. All right, so Secret Spring, this map, okay, let's try to shed some positive light on this map. The in-base is interesting. It's really easy for a Terran player to drop over here, but it's also pretty easy to defend in general. No Reapers can get in at least. Kind of like Vonnie in that aspect.
Yes.
But it's the third base that's hard.
Super hard. We do have an expansion going down, so one base night display is not going to happen. Sad Padula. But two base night display, I believe. The dream is real.
Could be. There is a spot for Nidus all over here. Like we were just talking about that.
Yeah, once again, gasless play from House Peddler.
I'm a fan of that. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? You should force your opponent to beat what you just beat them with.
Yeah.
In a best of 3, I mean, maybe it's not so cut and dry like that because you don't really want to give your opponent a map because then you're one map from losing. But if this was like a best of 5 or anything like that, I would absolutely do the same build every time until my opponent beat it.
Makes sense. We do have some good Overlord vision on the map. I like this placement. Also, I think that he's not going to gift any Overlords this game to House Peddler. That Marine is lonely out there, searching. It's like, give me a flying creature. Where are you? A lot of minerals being banked by our... Oh, there we go. Queen going down. Also gasless from our Zerg player.
Yeah, well, he had some success with that early Roach push, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see that again. And we could actually see a almost identical... Yeah, here we go. Getting the double barrack, or the second and third barracks coming down after the expansion here. So
now, to be honest, right now I'd like to throw two refineries down. House Peddler differs with my build a little bit, and I also like going straight into Stim and getting 2 medevacs a little faster. But he does this thing where he gets combat shield, gets a bunch of Marines, and tries to deny the third around the 7-minute mark, which is usually, it's a good time to guess that the Zerg is going to put that down. I think it's really volatile, though, if the Zerg player catches the Terrans going across the map and builds a bunch of Lings. I think all those Marines can go down, so it's a little risky, to be honest, what he's doing with his 7-minute and 20-second push.
yeah, well, granted, I mean, that is pretty much the time a third base is going to be going down at. I think that if House Peddler wasn't pushing around that moment, then we would have seen Ambrosia drop the third base pretty quickly after that. But because of the push, it sort of forced something different coming out of both players. On this map, this build is going to be excellent in denying a third base if that is the plan of Ambrosia here, because it's literally, well, I was going to say literally impossible to defend. It's not impossible to defend, but it's incredibly hard. So
yeah, it's very difficult. And there's so much you can do with drops because you're so far out of your way when dealing with any type of defending of the third that a drop at the natural is just impossible to get back to.
Oh my god. Okay, I can't believe I actually missed this. There's a Roach Warren just sitting on the corner of the map here. This
Dying
is
a little bit.
yeah, but it's gonna stay alive long enough to be able to. I didn't even see that. I can't believe I totally missed that. I'm so sorry, guys. You guys are going to be so angry with me that I missed it.
By the way, roaches coming out now.
Because I was looking at the production tab, like, how is he making this many roaches? Where is the Roach Warren? And then there it is.
Lings. Oh, these Marines. Oh, yes. No attack move. Please. Yes. Good. 2 Marines go down for free. He's got to pull a bunch of SCVs to heal these supply depots, I think, right?
Yeah, probably.
There.
The supply depot is going to go down incredibly fast, and there are a lot of Marines here getting a lot of damage done from behind the wall.
There's a lot of Marines.
And this is why Gasless is so good, because of the fact that he's able to make this many Marines so quickly. And actually, even though he was probably incredibly surprised by this attack, he shut it down incredibly easy.
Yeah, cleans it up. Good SCV pull. Nice play. Cancels the bunker. Says, I don't even need you. He is supply blocked a little bit. third already finishing up, it's gonna solve that supply problem.
Yeah, he's really setting himself up for a good mid game here because of the fact that Ambrosia invested so much in that Roach play. Roachborn's still alive. It's bleeding now, but it's gonna live for a little bit longer. And there's a follow-up Roach attack here that's looking like it's scouting for a third base or just sort of roaming the map just to try to get a little bit of map control. But without speed, it's gonna be pretty hard to do that.
Yep.
Combat shields finished. Stim is on the way as well. We have a tech lab on the factory. Second gas going down. And House Peddler going to be moving out here to try to get some damage done with these combat shield marines. But they are kind of injured. And with this many roaches here, it's going to soften up House Peddler a little bit too much to be able to then move on and get some damage done.
Yeah, and he just goes back with the marines. He's like, you know what? He's probably not going to have a third. I saw roaches. It's scary over there. I'm going to go home.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a good decision. Again, we were talking about how Tux was able to make those decisions right on the fly there, and we can see House Peddler doing the same thing.
Yes.
Third does go down. It's so far away from anything here. I mean, you know how they always say you should connect all your three bases with creep. Something worth noticing, there's actually 0 creep spread here for Ambrosia, and if he's going into this Zergling, Baneling style of play, the creep spread would really help him out here.
Yep. Now we do have a scan going down to the third. Medivacs will be popping out not as fast as he'd like. He didn't build the reactor on the factory, going for an early tank instead, knowing that roaches could be in play on this map. But he's just powering up now.
Oh, you know what? I'm getting these crazy nerd chills here, thinking what Ambrosia might be going for. If you heard anything about the games from CSL last night, White Lion ended up going for this amazing Roach, Baneling, Zergling, Corruptor attack that had Canary on the edge of his heels the entire game. And this is looking incredibly similar. The only issue here is that opening up with that really early Roach play sort of set him behind a little bit. But
yeah, he's just not going to have a lot of stuff. That tank is going to do so much damage against Banelings too. I mean, if he can go to the third now, it's good. But beyond that, it's going to be really difficult for him.
Yeah, the third actually doesn't have a lot of defense here. Same thing for Terran. It's going to be pretty tough to defend. These tanks are sieged up nicely on this ramp, but there's literally nothing here. And the Zergling is scouting that out. So Roach is going to move on out, try to get as much damage as they can, and force House Peddler to leave his base.
Yeah, but these units are not going to get home. Seeing this... Yeah, he's just going to move his army.
Baneling speed finish, though. Tense moment here for House Peddler. He only has
the
Marines.
The problem is the tanks are... Yeah, they're set up. Good splits. Banes go down. Floating a lot of resources, House Peddler. Trying to spend it as much as possible. Pumping out Marauders, tanks, Marines.
Yep, and... I mean, you're not supposed to lose absolutely everything in that attack, right, if you don't get any damage done. So things are slowly snowballing a little bit out of control for House Peddler here. Now, the one thing that is going in Ambrosia's favor is he is ahead in workers, and his income is doing really well off of almost fully saturated 3 base here.
Yes.
He's going for mutas.
Is he?
Yeah, it makes me a little sad. I really wanted to see the Corruptors come out, but that's okay. He's actually completely ditched the Roaches, given the fact that I don't even think he has a Roach Warren anymore. I actually forgot that was a thing, even though I totally highlighted the Roach Warren dying on stream.
There is no turret, but we do have Marines kind of making their way up this area. He sees no creep, which I'm sure he loves.
Yeah, and it's probably making him scratch his head a little bit too.
He's gonna pick up a lot of supply depots, so there's that.
The one thing, or another good thing going for Ambrosia here is +1/+1 is just about to finish and most likely will be done before any fight breaks out here. He's morphing in more Banelings.
His entire scan just missed the army of Ambrosia, so he's gonna pick this up, which is nice. Saves his Banelings. Oh, but look at this. Tanks, Marines, Marauders in the main base. Oh god.
Evo Chamber's going to be going down pretty easily.
The Banes.
Yeah.
No good. And you don't want the Banes to go on the tanks. He might clean this up.
Yeah, the Marines are being silly, and they're shooting the gas geyser instead. But even with that, he still manages to split his way around all the banelings, and now there's a lot of damage happening to Ambrosia here. He's had to pull his drones off the mineral line. He did get some damage done over here at the third.
Tank, he's going to clean it up. But at what? Let's see, what is the worker count? That's going to be the real tell. 57 to 51, still in Ambrosia lead. But the army supply, 60 difference. Really, he just needs to go across the map. It's going to be hard for Ambrosia to stop this.
Yeah, I mean, the supplies say it all here. We got almost 50 supply ahead here for House Peddler, and pretty much just playing safe. He's going to land his third base again. He probably doesn't feel like he's in an amazing spot here because hasn't really been able to mine from his third base. But, I mean, we can see the supplies, and we know what kind of position he is. That is a cool Thor skin. I have actually not seen that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is a Thor on the map, by the way, which is going to do a pretty good job against these mutas. He's trying to be annoying with these drops over here by the third base, and he's doing a pretty good job of that. But now it's time to move out. He says he's getting into a good position on Ambrosia's side of the map. And because there's no creep here, Ambrosia doesn't really have an idea of this.
Nope. I'm sure he knows death is coming, but he doesn't know what it is or where it is.
Yeah, he probably feels it now as his fourth base is getting shelled by tanks, and he's trying to get enough of a Ling Bane force out here. There are 9 mutas on the way, but I don't think that's going to be enough to help him out with this attack. I'd like to see some amazing Baneling hits coming out of Ambrosia too.
Really nice Marauder wall to soak up those hits if he was going to try to go down this ramp. Makes it really frustrating.
That is true. So the Muta's actually coming in a little bit earlier here to try to soak up or get some damage on the Marauders, but they get in position. Banelings rolling in. There are a lot of Banelings here. The splits are pretty good, but there are so many Banelings here. It was almost like the Marauders dodged all the Banelings, but still,
right?
Yeah, but still managed to clean it up. And now there's only Mutas on the field. There's a bunch more Banelings coming in here, 16 to be exact. +2 attack going to be finishing up right now.
But
it's a tense moment here for Ambrosia.
Will that kill the Thor, though? That is the question. Where are these Banelings? I don't even see them. Oh,
they're over here. So, yeah, this is a tense moment for Ambrosia here, because if he loses this game, he's out of the tournament for life, except for when the next time CSL comes back and invites him.
He's had a tough run. This is a very tough group with Tux, Silky, and House Peddler. I think it is the group of death, to be honest.
It's definitely one of them, for sure. Really good players in this group here. So here comes House Peddler, going to try to poke some pressure into Ambrosia, force him to make a move, and attack him into his Widow Mine field here with Thors and tanks as well. The Banelings are pretty much all that are left. Muta's taking lots of damage here. Banelings are a little indecisive. They're not sure exactly what to do. I mean, the thing is, if he attacks into this, he'll lose. And if he doesn't attack into this, he'll lose. So he's in a bad position here. And after all the Banelings explode, the Thor is still alive here. And the third base is going down. And again, we have this massive train of units coming back across the map here for House Peddler to reinforce. I'm pretty sure this is all over but the crying.
Good game from Ambrosia. Some tricky play out of him.
Yeah, I mean, the Roach Warren down here surprised me so much that I had absolutely no idea it was even there. But that gasless opening coming out of House Peddler was just so powerful in getting out all those Marines to defend. So here he goes, House Peddler moving on in, and he's going to be able to buy himself a chance to play against Silky in the final matchup. And I got to say, congratulations to Ambrosia. You showed some really good games tonight. You know, it was a tough group.